Alright, welcome everybody. We're in the Mustang here at COTA, and I know the race has already been posted and the live stream's been done, but I want to do the recap video for you here. So we're going to go ahead and get into it, making some adjustments really quick to the game, jumping back in, and we're flying through the corners here. This is definitely one of the trickier parts for me in this car on this track, because the Mustang wants to just slide out. One, the first time I've ever driven this car, and on that section of the track I know I'm flying through it, and just getting the track limits and stuff like that. We've got an hour and a half race. We're going to go ahead and knock it out. It's my homage to, the COTA race that actually happened for the GT3. So again, this is the first time I've driven the Mustang at COTA, and we're just done both of these, and we're going to try to go ahead and do the best that we can for this race. Right behind a Lamborghini, and he continues to go ahead and pull away from me, but I kind of make up a little bit of room here in the corners, but he's just got a better pace than I do, and he's able to go ahead and just accelerate off. Too aggressive on the throttle there, fly off the track, and this will definitely not be the first time in this car, because again, it is just like a Mustang. If you give it too much gas on a corner, it's going to wipe out the crowd. So we did go ahead and complete our first lap, and again we started towards the top of the field, but due to my inexperience with this car, this is definitely not something where I felt really good driving with this vehicle. Just trying to go ahead and be too aggressive with this car, and the Mustang is definitely something that you don't want to be super aggressive with, because it will buck and it will throw you off just like a real Mustang. If you try to control it and you just don't or if you try to be too forceful with this car, it'll definitely rear end you off and throw you off the track, just like a real horse would, especially a real wild Mustang. So if you're trying to go in and you're trying to muscle it, then it's just going to go ahead and show you actually who's boss when it comes to driving and or taming the real animal. So for the past couple laps, I was going to say we're doing pretty good, but I just end up sending it off the track there. Trying to chase down the Mustang that's in front of us, is about 4 seconds ahead, and just trying to keep pace with the pack in general, because definitely trying to or struggling to go ahead and find pace in the car and keep up with everybody, and just keep the vehicle on the track. Definitely not doing a very good job. Again, this was part of the theme where I can go ahead and do national tracks with the automaker, and I had the crazy idea of doing the Mustang at COTA. And as you can see, coming out of the corners there, a little squirrely, and then coming down to the corner, we're trying to go ahead and catch up. We are catching up. We are at about 2.4 seconds on the Mustang in front of us, down from 4. So we are making progress, but we'll just continue to go ahead and try to do what we need to. Again, we got a little squirrely there coming out of the corner. Sun's starting to go down, and track temps are starting to go ahead and cool just a little bit. But of course, just like Texas summers, it's just like that sun's going to blind the crap out of you coming around the corner. But we are catching on the Mustang in the front. We're down to about a second now, and then of course flying out of the turn 1 and just completely mess that up. And of course, we go from 4th to 11th. And as you see there, you know, me getting a little upset, losing my cool, losing my, you know, chill nature, coming out of the corner, trying to push it because I'm getting frustrated. I went from 4th to 11th and just trying to push the car a little too hard, accelerating out of the corner, not letting the car grip and get settled before I decided to mash on the accelerator. But starting to go ahead and trying to figure out or get the car figured out. Again, this is the whole theme I was doing there for a while, as you remember from the Aston Martin video. It's kind of the same thing. Not really familiar with the car, just jumping in something because I thought it would be cool, and it ended up biting me in the butt. So we're just flying through the curves here. We're doing what we can. We're going to get a bunch of track limits because no matter what you do on this track, if you don't go ahead and stay on the actual asphalt, you're going to get a track limit. Again, punching it too quick out of the corners there and spun the car. So it went from 11th to 19th. And you can see a building theme here on this racetrack. As you can see, we're starting to go ahead and catch a few of the cars in front of us. They're about a second in front. I'm chasing down a Porsche Ferrari. Coming on the corners, sun's starting to completely go down. We're getting into the night stage of this race, and just trying to go ahead and keep up with the pack and not make any more goofs or anything like that. Everything is going pretty good for the last couple laps. Had a couple squirrely bits, but nothing too crazy since the big reset. But we are catching these guys. I just need to develop my racecraft a little bit more to try to go ahead and get past the individuals, so that way I can do it again. Me being too aggressive coming out of that turn and flying into the back of the Ferrari. Get spun out, drop 2 places, and we're playing catch up again. So again, building theme for this race. Don't try to force the Mustang, or it will just go ahead and kick you off the track. As you do see there, we did go ahead and get past the Aston Martin. Little aggressive on my part, just because, you know, getting a little frustrated with the car and the performance that I have for myself. One, because I need to go ahead and get more confident in being able to go ahead and drive these cars and not be so afraid and timid. And 2, just looking at all these cars and like doing it. Here we come up on the Bentley now. He's doing the weeble wobbles in front of me. Get him overtaken on the corner, the last corner of the track, and we're flying down the straight. See if we can keep everything held together here. Looks like we did. Coming out of the corners, doing good. Just want to kind of cruise through these, see if I spin out. Nope, looks like we made a pretty good one. Fantastic. Looks like we're going ahead and learning a little bit on the track. Probably got a couple track limit warnings back there, but again, the more that I go ahead and drive these cars, the more that I go ahead and drive these tracks, the more confident and comfortable I will be. Again, first time on COTA, first time in the Mustang, and it is definitely a very fast car, but definitely something you need to be respectful of. Alright, going through the corners, collecting all the track limits, chasing down the Ferrari, my nemesis from before. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do. Pushed it too much there on that corner, went off track, gave him the lead, but we caught right back up to him. It's one thing I need to go ahead and figure out with this car is go ahead and find out if I need to adjust the wing. One, we overtake the Ferrari, too aggressive on the corner. He's alongside of us right now. We're trying to go ahead and get past him. He's like, you're not going to pass me. We're not playing this game. And eventually I just said, yes, I am. And I'm going to go ahead and get by you, which is what has happened there. Now we're chasing down a Porsche to go ahead and see what we can get done with that. Again, as you can see there, pushing in too hard onto that corner and ended up losing. The Ferrari is literally right behind me. We've got 2.2 seconds, 2 seconds in front of us with the Porsche. We are still in 17th. We are trying to go ahead and get caught up and get back to the top of the field, but it is definitely proving difficult on that aspect of it. Push coming out of the final corner, heading onto the straight now. See if we can go ahead and catch these guys on turn one. Getting too close to the Porsche in front, going way too fast in the corner and almost completely ruin it. The Ferrari is behind us. We're going to go ahead and try to chase him down. Again, the Porsche, I think the Mustang is getting better on the acceleration for this and has a little bit higher top speed once it gets into 5th and 6th gear. But that Porsche is just a little too agile and a little too quick for me at this time. But again, just not feeling comfortable in the car, getting frustrated, starting at the top of the pack, and then basically getting up eliminated all the way down to the bottom is definitely something that is frustrating. We are gaining on the Porsche as of here, but again, these guys are just flying away on the straights. I think it's just because of my drivability of the car. We're going to go ahead and pass the Porsche. We're going to go ahead and get behind the other Ferrari, and we're going to go ahead and try to take him down. But I believe it's with my drivability of this car is my limiting factors for this race, but we're going to try to push as much as we can to try to get back up towards the front. Finally go ahead and make it around the Ferrari. We are at the P15 and we're working our way back up the field, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying our hardest. Will the Mustang come back? Will we go ahead and get into the top 10 to get some points, or will we fall off the bottom of this thing? One of the things I do gotta say is like driving COTA at night, very difficult. As you can see, I'm just flying off the corner because I'm just getting frustrated here. And again, way too much throttle application, letting the car slide all over the place. COTA is a very beautiful track, and it is very, very beautiful at night as well. It's just trying to learn this track and try to go ahead and drive it as much as I can in the very first race. Probably not the best idea to do a night race. Alright, so it seems like we're catching up to the Lexus right now, and we've got about 2 to 3 cars in front of us. Past the Lexus, we have 2 more vehicles in front of us. We've got the Lambo and the McLaren. We're going to go ahead and chase them down now. So again, we are working our way back up the field and trying to go ahead and get back into the top 10 of this race, and it's looking like we're making pretty good progress. We're all over the rear end of this Lambo and trying to go ahead and get caught up to him and the McLaren. A little bump on my part because I wasn't paying attention. Went into the corner a little too aggressive and did not give the proper spacing for this. And of course, my entire safety rating for this race is just going to junk, but it's a good learning experience. So we're continuing pushing behind the Lamborghini, going off track, doing track limits, and it's just it's a very long and frustrating race for me at this point, but we are working our way back up, and Lambo decides to turn in and throw himself out of the race, which is fine. Now we're up into P13. I don't know if that was me or if that was him, but yeah. Working our way back up, and we're down to P16. So it looks like we end up having another issue. The computer game is going nuts. Now we're in P13. I don't know what's going on. Times are not being recorded correctly. It's saying best lap is at 2:33, but my last lap is at 2:19. Like, there's some weird things going on in this game, folks. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We're up into P12 and we're going ahead and pushing. We're back down to P13. Look at this thing. It's crazy. Nobody knows what's going on with these numbers. The guys in the booth are like, I have no idea what's going on. I think I'm going ahead and adjusting everything right now for my fuel to go into the pits. Fly off the track because I'm trying to do this and get everything set up for the fuel, but it's definitely causing me some issues as far as driving and trying to be fast and get calculated fuel correctly. Alright, pulling into the box, doing our stuff. Car goes a little bit further. We're going to back up. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're waiting for them to go ahead and get this thing going. I'm like, what is going on right now? Did I mess something up? It looks like I messed something up, and we're going to go ahead and back up, and hopefully we can get this started now. Apparently I was half a centimeter outside of the box, but we are losing positions. We are in P20 right now, and at this point I'm just like, this is just dumb. I lost so much time in the pits to my own mess up that now I'm getting lapped. I was in P13 13 going into the pits and coming out P20, and I'm being lapped by the field, and I just get shunted. At this point, I'm pretty much all frustrated, completely done with this race. Guy behind me is flashing his lights because he's faster than I am, but yeah, definitely a race to remember as far as that. Trying to go ahead and push back against the field because I'm like, no, I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and I'm going to go ahead and push back. We got another 36 minutes in this race. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it. My spirits are somewhat deflated at this point, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to push as hard as I can to go ahead and try and get back up to where I need to be. But I'm getting frustrated. We're going back in the pits, and I don't think the tires or fuel or something wasn't right with it, so now it's going to tell me shut off the engine, all this stuff, controls are locked, so I think I gotta stop and go if I remember correctly, like I had to come in. So it's just, at this point, I'm like, yep, race is over, not gonna fight it back, not gonna go ahead and do it, and just basically write out the rest of the old video here, and just be like, well, that's it, we're done. I do want to go ahead and say thanks to everybody that stopped by and watched the video, hit the like, follow, subscribe button, and all that other good stuff. There will be a link in the description for merch and how to go ahead and support the channel on all the social medias. And I do appreciate everybody that is watching these videos. Let me know what you guys think about these race recaps. If you like them, if you don't, please let me know so I can go ahead and either continue doing them, or